Oh lord. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know if y'all noticed, but halfway through that break, apparently my ping spiked or something. My Wi-Fi decided it wouldn't take a shit and dropped. But at least it was in the middle of the break instead of mid-dungeon. So that's always a plus in my book. But you know, moving on. Cutscenes.
Right, here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the void gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Don't get sassy with her. That's my job.
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were born safely to your destination in the first.
Yeah, they autofilled because he was 8 minutes late.
How was what? Raid?
Yeah, because Cat was gonna go raid. That's why he had to leave after the dungeon.
Oh.
The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
I wasn't paying attention to chat anyway, I was moving through.
Then what of the many voids sent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
Oh.
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first.
When a certain exarch dragged us to the first. I wonder who.
And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No. The danger is too great.
He put two and two together. He's like, you're not going through. No.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
What some call danger, others think of as adventure. And that's more on Mitchell 9.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th, and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Count me in. Oh, 21 days, guys.
I had a feeling you might say that. Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands. That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
She's being sarcastic about it.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single Voidsent will be allowed to threaten Radzat-Han, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daimir was overseeing the project.
Daimir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daemir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
the forbidden section. Graha's favorite place to sneak around.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charleon.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves, I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Khalzal Foundation.
Let us be on our way as well.
Time to go get the Graha.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
The Omega Rod. If we're to enter Numenon's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, then we must secure the permissions from the Forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member of the member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? No one springs to mind? What of Scholar Monteshane? He did come to Graha's defense during the inquiry, after all. Tis settled. Let us head to Phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. Stoller is now accompanying you. Not about to have to walk all the hell over here. Keep up, Mommy Stoller, keep up. I went through the wrong door. Need to go through this door instead. Monteshane, what you doing? Mind helping me a little bit? I'd be much obliged. Ah, visitors, quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Scarlark. But we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh, no further forays into the stacks this time, eh? applaud this newfound sense of propriety. Yet, in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb the vault of forbidden wisdom? Explains the situation. Goes into further detail of the situation. Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House Daemir has lain dormant in Charlene's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over to the void. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift. For one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. To develop a method of sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. And yet I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was to be promised reward? Ha ha, marvelous. An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and the wherefores, I, for one, do not believe you will use this knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request to the forum's consideration. Although your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Ooh. Why, Master Fortunote, of course. He can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most trusted comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Fortunote on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well, we will pay a visit to the Levior estate and plead our case. One last thing before you go. I would consider a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager. So if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity. Of course, scholar. We will be sure to pass on any revelations. We must run, Yestola. We must run. Levior estate. House Levior butler. Master Peaky Thunder, Mistress Yestola, how may I be of service? We've come to speak with Master Fortunote. Is he home by chance? Yes, the master is in the residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. Well, Emiliance would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss? Yes. Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. Explains what we want. In detail, mind you. Full, excruciating detail. That we wish to end the world by opening the void. Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Scholar Monteshain expressed much the same sentiment, I assure you. Will not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing the forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister, she was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Trying to tug at his heartstrings now. Reflect.
To do the level 90 roulette.
Oh lordy.
I'm in Alzadal's legacy.
That's funny. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange of your cooperation for our cooperation. Do not celebrate just yet. The forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldician Annex. I like her glammy. I did not want to do that. I wanted to do that. Her glammy. Let's see. Top is spring shirt. I have those pants. So, what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Massamatoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. That is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I am sure you are aware, the permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor and bid you good day. Fortuno, why you still gotta be a dick, bro? I thought we were past this, man. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising eye, but that very stoicism is exactly what Charlian needed to guide it through not one, but two exoduses. Thought we were past this, bro. You made up with your kids, you cried in front of the whole city. It was a good time. But you're still a dick.
Yes, we go home happy.
Oh, we were supposed to go home happy, but now we're not. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes, and now I can simply walk through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Damir's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. Oh goodness, a giddy Ishtola. Monteshane, what you got for me, buddy? You'll be headed directly to the archives from here, I presume. You presume correctly. Then you'll want to speak with the index page. You'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restricted section. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all your help. Oh, it was my pleasure, believe me. May you find the knowledge you seek. Shall we? Ishtola is still accompanying you. It's fine. It's fine. Keep up, Ishtola, keep up. Archon Yustola and guest identified. Do you wish to proceed into the restricted archives? Yes. Remember, you and I won by the skin of our teeth.
I don't actually remember that. I was very traumatized. I have no idea what was going on 90% of the time. Honestly, we got hard carried if that happened.
We absolutely did.
Like, they literally were like deadlifting us through everything for that one. Yeah, oh, never mind, it's a bargain one. It's not a mystery, it's all new. I was so confused. I still have no idea what we're doing.
Well, we had a good person leading our group. Like, he was like, hey, we need to head to this one now. We need to head to this one now. We need to head to this one now. Like,
He's like, fucking idiots do that. Let's go here. Oh, where's here? He's like, just follow the group. Okay. There I went.
Yep.
Like a muppet.
And we won.
Just bobbing along.
Like, barely, too. It was like right at the end we won. Follow me if you would. Watch your step, and please note that the use of naked flames is discouraged. Just be lighting shit on fire while we're down there.
I honestly.
Yustola walking with a determination. Look at those freaking book stacks.
Yeah, I know.
If House Damia's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Can we go at Rampart? So many fucking ads.
Do you remember which one it is? Is it the Leatherbound, the Weighty Tome, or the Untitled? It's up top?
Top on right above you, right next to the archway of the door, on the right side.
Alright, so it's gonna be the Leatherbound.
I don't remember what it said. I just read the tome and it was like, this is the one, and that was
The following pages detail an advanced method for manipulating rift-spanning measures as devised by Nuashan of the 9th Patriarch of House Daemir. We present these research notes to the faculty of Shrilling Studios as both a token of our friendship and expression of our boundless admiration. Appears you have found the right tome. You have something you'd like to show me, do you? My apologies, I flipped open but a single book and was completely absorbed by the contents. Yustola! Rude!
I mean, good for her.
Well done, PK Thunder. I think you have found our prize.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Damia's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about. Among the ranks of the Voidsent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard.
Atomos.
From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. A talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations.
We're back, supposedly. Are we back? We're back, okay. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't know what in the hell is up with my internet today. Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which could be expanded at will into a functioning gate.
He heard me.
Upon further analysis, we identified
how
an
he heard me,
ethereal wave
but
pattern
he heard
emitted
me.
during this process.
I literally
A
just
pattern
walked
we were
by
able
walking
to
on it.
emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial atomos. How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon void scent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales. And still, House Daemir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves? Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
He's all, I gotta lock these doors, hold on. Eorzea has been added to the Unending Codex. The 7th Umbral Calamity has been added to the Unending Codex. As much as I would love to start crafting in the Atomos, I'm afraid this is far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, we know a heinous alchemist who would be delighted to involve herself in our House Daemir project. Our business here has concluded for the moment. Please pass our regards onto the forum. Your message will be conveyed. Should you wish to indulge more forbidden literature, it will be here. Patron mode disabled, security mode engaged. If anyone can help us, Nidhana can. I say we return to Thavnir and look for her great work. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna go like this. Priscilla tells me you're pursuing a most fascinating study, and that you want me to be a part of it. Yes. Yes. I have no doubt you will be interested. The research log should speak for itself. Will it now? Why, the sisters, this is the mark of House Daemir. I never would have known, I never even knew such a work existed. Few should. It was sequestered in Numenon's restricted archives, after all. It was? But that means every word within is forbidden knowledge. Forbidden tome filled with forbidden research. And you put it right into my unsuspecting hand. I could hardly wait to read it. And I'm just like, oh lordy.
Cosmic powers of the world.
Teeny-bitty tome. To think that Daemir were developing such marvelous techniques so long ago, how many inventions have been lost over the centuries, I wonder? Now that you have glanced over the notes, what say you to helping us build a new mock Atomos? I say yes, 1,000 times yes. Work on a Daemir project that had even the reputable scholars of Charlian trembling in their sandals. No alchemist of the great work could resist. You are a woman after my own heart. Oh, I suppose I should ask, what do you mean to do with this big mouth simulacrum once we built it? Why, make it eat a rift. So, there's a secret void gate, and it's sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty. Today is a day of revelations indeed. If the purpose of our man-made Atomos is to expand this hidden portal, then I will need to see it for myself. I think manipulating rift-spanning apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account every single factor. Then by all means, accompany us to the vault. I plan to lead us back there shortly once we've finished gathering the components I require. Charlian's markets provided the raw aquamarine and pure water crystals, but I might need help obtaining a small quantity of astrally infused water. For such a liquid, you need go no further than the font of Maya. The ascetics of old once favored the place for their meditations, and the water which pools there now is known to enliven the flow of ether. That sounds perfect. If you would be so kind as to fill a flask at the pool, I will petition Vitra to join us. The idea I have in mind won't amount to much without his authority to command the Void Gate. Shall we be about it then? We meet back here anon. This is going to be one of my favorite parts. Oh my god. There's a reason why she needs all this water. And it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Astrally dense pocket. Meet her back at the Great Works. With restricted reading, the next quest is Void Theory. I am 3 quests away. I almost said 2. Do you have the flash for me? Yes, this should suffice. Thank you, PK Thunder. I guess I'll grab quick arm. Look who I came across. Estinian seemed in need of a diversion, and we, in turn, may have need of his lands. Right then. Now that our little party's assembled, let us make our way to the ruins. Will we have need of Matsuya's boat again? Not this time. Once you still inform me of our destination, I arranged for a vessel to be made ready for Akiali. Your Excellency is ever the gracious host. Shall we? Yes. I don't even know what you're talking about, but yes. Hey, flare starts. Little fat boy. There's a Lalafell called Little Fat Boy. Look at him. Look at him. He's got a Mog axe and he's got the halo. His name's Little Fat Boy. Anyway. That sucks. The ship is yours to command. Oh, our thanks. We set sail. Oh, this is so exciting. Alzadah's legacy is to see the truth of a legend with my own eyes. All aboard for the treasure vault. suspenseful music continues.
The ruins alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty. It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
Here comes the good part. Here comes the good part.
What is it you're doing now?
There's something I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Gra has theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
So, this is an experiment of sorts.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
Say nothing and look meaningfully at Estinian. Maybe send a familiar. Might as well go myself. Say nothing and look meaningfully at Estinian.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Surely you'd not expect me to wriggle through that tiny portal.
You're still the laughs.
We needn't attempt anything so drastic. A small familiar should serve well enough. Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow.
Here we go, here we go.
Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
Here we go.
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born. Water, water, froth and foam!
That's so good.
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
I fear she's been possessed.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
Her ears go down. She's all embarrassed.
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate. I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual. In any case, these two should serve us well. This one will bear a warding scale. And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If I could impose upon you to open the gate. Your Excellency?
Ah, yes, of course.
We should also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nidana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well.
Oh, we gotta fight some shit. Froth and foam?
Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know.
That won't be necessary.
Let us begin, shall we? Nixies, into the void.
Nidana's like, bye. Stand guard at the designated location. Location.
I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side.
One came back normal, the other one came back with defense.
Thank you, little one. You did well.
Oh, the poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
We're out of time. I must reseal the void gate.
Little
They're
hippies.
coming through!
In the name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void.
They're just imps. You could have handled it. Yeah, but imps can't make the void bigger, or the hole bigger, so. Only we can. Maybe.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
I got this. I'll be alright. I'm the warrior of light. They've been to dark people. We got this. That's fact.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent.
Unacceptable.
The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct then.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation. It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition? I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage. A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way. But first I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives? Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
We will see you back in the city then.
I'd hate to overdo it, but I'm almost at Felcourt. I wonder how long it would take to get to Storm's Crown. Let's see if we can just push through that. So that tomorrow when I get off work, all I have to do is just push to the next dungeon. Because the next dungeon is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quests after Storm's Crown.
What's the next dungeon after that one?
So we have Felcourt, then Storm's Crown, then Lapis Metalis.
Yeah, okay.
If we can just get through Storm's Crown, then I can just push after that, you know? Once Nidhana succeeds in replacing the Makatama and replicating the Makatamas, this door into the 13th will be ours to open. Will you be crossing the threshold alongside us? I realize this is more my endeavor than yours. To be honest, I have no interest in visiting the Void myself. Might we discuss this later? There's something I must do first. Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? I at least had good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Shall we proceed with our other preparations then? As we saw, the warding scale can be effective at protecting the bearer from other sources of material corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the void's influence for a prolonged length of time. And I think that is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemist who created it. who do we know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation? Alligans? Either that or it's gonna be Garland. Perhaps they once did, but availing ourselves of Allegan insights tends to be an involved process in of itself. Nay, I believe a more straightforward approach is in order, consulting with the engineers of Garland Ironworks. As I recall, Sid himself is no stranger to the void and its volatile energies. With his experienced hand at the helm, I have every confidence that the Ironworks can strengthen the warding scale. Come, let us visit their operation in Raga's Reach, and commission their best and brightest. So this is the quest right before Felcourt, so I really hope I get the chess piece right out the gate from Felcourt, because that would be so nice. Granted, it's not
I'd
like
laugh if you were fighting against another striking person.
Oh, I'd be so pissed. Because, it took me straight to Raga Reach. It would be nice if I could get it right out the gate, so I don't have to come back in, but Felcourt is Felcourt. Like, I don't have problems with doing Felcourt more than once if I have to. PJ Thunder, what brings you to the Ironworks? We have a commission for you and your president, actually, assuming he's available. Master Sid? Certainly, I'll see if he has a moment free. Pleasure as always. I hear you have a job for us. Explains what's going on. Heading into the void to find a lost dragon. That sounds almost pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Honestly, I don't know if you could say anything that would surprise me after Medion and that bloody mess. Alright, let's take a look at this talisman of yours. You said there were signs of degradation. It seems some manner of corrosion has set in around a scratch on its surface, much as the void's corruption seeped into Nero through his wounds. In which case, our best bet may be to simply prevent the scale from being damaged in the first place. And how might we achieve that? We have a coating agent for strengthening trinkets and the like, but I'd be wary of applying any compound which might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. Far safer to dress it in armor. We'll construct a protective casing, one utilizing metal alloys with high ethereal conductivity, so as not to impede the talisman's primary function. A suit of armor, as you said. Nero has compiled data on the 13th, so I'll have him pitch in with the design, just to be sure. If only it weren't such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocols. In any case, we may need some time to untangle the particulars. Understandable, we know how busy your schedule is, and the final result will doubtless be worth the wait. The hard part will be ducking Jessie and her constant barrage of demands while we sneak about doing the fun stuff. We'll see what we can do. See, the problem is I don't know who half these people they're talking about are, because I didn't do all the raids. And I don't think I even did all the raids. No, I did do all the raids on Talia. I just didn't really pay attention to the story of them. So I was just kind of skipping through. I just wanted the gear and stuff out of them. I think we can leave the rest of Sid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Nidanos is getting along with the Makatanos.
I think you see a lot of Jessie in...
It's Omega, isn't it?
No, actually I think it's the Machinist questline.
Is it? Okay.
Uh-huh. I want to say it's the Machinist questline.
I never paid attention to that either. I still need to do all my crafter quest lines so they can have access to the one trait that's locked behind their quests.
Lol.
And yeah, and it's like a 62 trait, so I gotta do all of their quests. Pretty much.
It's good XPs. It
I mean,
really is.
you're not wrong on that. It's just the fact that you have to craft for them, which means then I have to take more time to go find everything and all that, and it's annoying.
Ah, hey, Stola. The adjustments are
After a
going
while,
well,
they
I
just
hope.
give you the materials.
Do they?
Yeah.
'Tis a
And
lengthy
you just have to go
process,
to the special
but the end is
location
in
the
sight,
crafting menu
yes.
Oh, okay.
To find what they're on about. They're like, you need to craft this specific item.
You are
Here are
coming through
these.
loud.
Here are these ingredients.
I adjusted your volume earlier because you weren't coming through very loud at all, and now you're coming like really loud. Like so much so I can't even hear you still talk.
Nobody wants to anyway.
That's wonderful
Main
news.
character, I'm just-
I myself had some
sorry,
good
Stola,
fortune
go.
searching through the Satrap's private records.
Yeah, it's in like one of the myriad of menus, and then if you fuck it up, if you don't get high quality, you just talk to the guy and he gives
No,
you
and
more.
he'll give you more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like with Beast Tribe quests and stuff.
Yeah.
I got you.
What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Alzadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components, and I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial atomos. I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
The normal reaction for wanting to rip open a void gate is to run for the hills. But when it comes to y'all, you're different.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless? Heedless even, in your determination?
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm. It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Celestinian told us of your predicament. For centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet,
Now you listen to me, Varshan.
Now you listen to me.
You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all. And if you are family, then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
Man, Justinian's such a nice guy. He can have an attitude sometimes, but he's such a good dude, man. I don't care what everybody says about Justinian.
Take heart
You are the SD
and
boy.
protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor Radzadhan. My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavne for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
I would not dare make you cry.
Cutscenes sometimes take forever, man. You surprise me, Astinian. For a lone wolf, you've shown an unusual degree of, shall we say, involvement in helping Vritra reach his conclusion. 'Twas for the greater good. The worm's thundering thighs. I almost said thunder thighs. The worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night and had travelers believing the place racked by some unnatural storm. But of your own answer, then, you seem disinclined to venture into the void. When I was one with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts, his endless rage my rage, and the soul-chilling grief he nursed for Ratatosker's death. I would not wish such agony upon a foe, let alone a friend and ally. If there is a chance we can spare Vritra that pain, then I will follow you. Any other former scions I should call on? I'd rather not bother our comrades with aught less than a dire threat to the star. We four should be sufficient for our purpose. Now, on to specifics. Unlike the first, where the flood of light was halted before its devastation was complete, the 13th has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan, as such, is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each brief foray. 'Twould be more convenient had we some manner of base camp near the gate itself. One of the palace's chambers should serve. Come, let us reconvene outside Megadunta. If we're going to Megadunta, that means I have to go to Razor, which is fine because it's free for me. Thank you, PlayStation Plus. Oh, speaking of, I should probably fix that. Oh shit, hold on. So, the downside to the PlayStation Plus free destinations is you have to re-up it every month. So here's my one for June, purchase, confirm. Luckily they give you a few days after a month ends. So granted we are June 6th, so I'm surprised it hasn't hit me yet saying, oh, yeah, this is expired. Yeah, so, no, not Explorer. So I just re-upped it. Sometimes it takes a second to register that you re-up it as well, so just kind of keep that in mind. I already got my email saying that, oh look, you made a purchase. This is technically a purchase, even though it's $0. So that's done. We're gonna go turn this quest in. Once we turn this quest in, the next quest is Felcourt of Troya. So here we go. And so we require suitable accommodations. Might we make something available for our guests? All the chambers are presently hosting the great mounds of treasure we carried out of the vault. Once the Foundation's activities begin in earnest, however, we can redistribute the trove and make a room or two ready for habitation. Good. Please inform me when you've completed the arrangements. And this was how they passed the time in between patches. So we're about to end patch 6.1 and start 6.2. Azadal's Legacy, or not Azadal's Legacy, I'm sorry. Felcourt of Troya starts 6.2. This was how they passed the time in between patches, saying, oh, they have to work on the warding scales, they have to work on the Atomos, and they have to work on giving us rooms. So, as you heard, we will have you settled in Megadunta in due time. As ever, you are most gracious, Your Excellency. You risk yourselves to aid me in my search for Esdaya. Providing comfortable quarters is the least I can do. I only wish we knew more about our destination. The gods only know how long our explorations might possibly take, or what our chances of success might possibly be. Succeed or fail, I am grateful to you for convincing me to make an attempt. On that note, I will return to the great work and lend what help I can to Nadana. If you've preparations to make ere we venture into the 13th, now is the time. All I need is my armor and my lance. Perhaps I'll train with the Radiant Host to pass the time before we depart. You know what this means to me, PK Thunder, but my purpose need not consume you as well. We are headed to another world. Find what joy you can in the experience, for you are a traveler, an adventurer at heart, this I know. And that ends that patch. That ends 6.1, which was a newfound adventure. We are about to start 6.2, which is Buried Memory. Meanwhile, in the 13th. This was the Void Spirit that was attached to Xenos. Xenos being dead, there's no point in the Void Spirit being on. The Void Spirit can't be there anymore, so it's now separated, as you can see.
Thus I am returned. To this world, bereft of saviors.
Right, here we go. 6.2, In Search of Esdaya. Excellent timing, PK Thunder. Just a moment ago, I received word from the Ironworks. They have completed their task and are on their way with the reinforced warding scales. Similarly, our alchemists have also succeeded in creating artificial atomos. All is in readiness for our journey to the Void. I have instructed our comrades to gather the great work. Let us head there at once. little Otamos, huh? There you are, PK Thunder. I present to you the fruits of the alchemist's labor, the artificial Otamos. Though we've yet to put it to the proof, its aether is practically identical to that of the original. A truly remarkable feat in such a short time. Aye, our alchemists have outdone themselves yet again. Small wonder that they are the pride of Razatan. I would express my gratitude to Nadana, but it appears she isn't here. She rushed off after bringing the Otamos to attend to a pressing task, but said that she would return ere we set forth. Which should be shortly after our friends from the Ironworks arrive with the warding scales. Did someone say warding scales? Because it just so happens we have them. Nero, take off those glasses, man. Right on cue. 'Tis good to see you all again. But for the president himself to attend, keen to bear witness to our little experiment, are you? You know I am. I was there at the Crystal Tower, lest you forget. I wouldn't miss this for the world. You don't mind if we came along and see you off, I hope. It's thanks to these three that we could finish the work so quickly. 'Twas my painstakingly collected data that made the reinforcement possible. The scales will last as good as 10 years in the void with nary a hint of degradation. As the ones who did the actual reinforcing, we guarantee their quality as well. They'll keep you safe. But enough bragging, here are the scales. With these we can search for my sister without fear of corruption. I know not how to repay you. Well, my friend, my only regret is that I won't be able to accompany you on your latest grand adventure. Wait. Nadana, is that the matter? Before you depart, Your Excellency, there is something we wish to present to you. Please, will you come with me? You would not delay us without good cause. Very well. Forgive me, my friends, but I require a moment. Yeah, go ahead. The void ain't going nowhere. He's certainly taking his time. What sort of grand present could take so long to receive? The kind that'll help him in the void, I presume. In that godforsaken place, he'll need all the help he can get. But you of all people ought to know that, eh?
My apologies for keeping you waiting.
Oh, deeper voice.
Vritra, I presume.
The glow up on Reacher.
Indeed, this vessel now serves as a host for my eye. I was aware that the alchemists were busy preparing something, but this...
We couldn't well send you on such a perilous mission unprepared, Your Excellency. We spared no effort in crafting the body. And I dare say you'll find it adept at wielding weapons and magics both. 'Twas our intent to present it to you sooner, but we could not bring ourselves to do so, knowing we could yet improve it further. Pray forgive us.
There is naught to forgive. I am grateful for this fine vessel, and shall put it to good use. Again, I ask that you watch over Radzatan in my absence. The dangers we go to face are great and many, and I fear I will be unable to give matters here due attention. And in opening the Void Gate, there is ever risk that Voidsent will find their way into our world.
Rest assured, we are more than prepared. Our soldiers have been training under Master Estinian. On my honor, we will not suffer a single fiend to pass. So, think only of your mission, Varshan. Ah, but seeing as this is a different body, perhaps we should use a different name.
Nay, Varshan shall suffice. Though I may have thus grown up, I am as ever a little brother to you all.
As you say, as you say. Go then, Varshan. And best of luck.
I have something for you as well.
For me?
While you were gone, Urianger paid us a visit. As you may recall, he joined us on our foray into Alzadal's legacy, in part to conduct research for the Loporrits. Research they were delighted to receive, and which has already inspired them to consider new ways to improve their own treasure vault. As a token of their gratitude, Livingway entrusted a familiar relic to Urianger.
Crystal.
Aye, the crystal, which showed the way to Meteon. The Loporrits no longer have need of it, and thus saw fit to return it to us. Harboring the power of light, it could well aid us in our mission in the Void. And who better to bear Hydaelyn's gift than her chosen champion?
If there is nothing left to discuss, then let us depart. Our boat awaits us in Akyali.
So, as you can see, Varshan has a sword and shield. And Nadana made mention that he could also wield magics. So he is actually a tank DPS. The Satrap and your fellows have already departed. Or is he a healer as well? No, Y'shtola takes on the healer role, I believe. I could be wrong. I'll find out here in just a second. Let me look at it. Because you have to remember, Y'shtola was a white mage prior to becoming a black mage in Shadowbringers. So she does still have healing magic properties that she can use.
I shall now lift the seal. In the name of Alzadal III, I cast open this door unto the void!
Go. Absorb the Void Gate.
Drew inside. He's getting bigger. And bigger. Oh god. He's actually massive. The fuck? I dare say a dragon might fit through that. Small dragon.
It worked. We should have no trouble passing through a gate of that size.
What can we expect to find after stepping through?
On my previous foray, I emerged in a castle swarming with void scent. I was hopelessly outnumbered and forced to turn back. But together, I am confident we can hold our own. Upon our arrival, let us deal with any hostile entities and secure the area. The command of our mission, I leave in your capable hands. In the event of battle, I shall adapt my tactics to complement your own.
Should we require healing, I can provide it. 'Twould be a welcome change of pace from my recent havoc wreaking.
Take heart, my friends, and have faith. We will brave this broken world and rescue my sister Ajdaya.
The Fell Court of Troya, now accessible. Before we do that, I'm gonna bio though, so that I'm not having to try to pee in mid-thing here. But we come to duty support, just to kind of show you guys real fast. So, Fell Court of Troya. Alright, so at the bottom of Varshan, you can see that he has a tank symbol and then a red square, the red square being DPS. Y'shtola, same concept. She is classified as a healer right now, or she could be a DPS, and then Justinian is solely a DPS. So, I thought that was kind of cool when they did it that way, but he is only there for the duty support system. He is not a trust, and Y'shtola is only a healer for the duty support, not the trust. So, like, see if we backtrack to Alzadal's Legacy, it goes back to everybody else. Same concept if you do Holminster Switch. You can actually drop Alize and pull Lena if you want to. That's the only one that I can think of that does that there. So every now and then when you do duty support, they'll have NPCs that are just kind of there for you. But yeah. So, let me invite the good sir. Go take a bio, and then when I get back, we will Fell Court. They might all be doing something. Shiro, our healer. Zeno! And that, my friends, is how you pull a party together. Oh, son of a bitch. I'm gonna have to fight with Zeno over this chess piece.
Xeno doesn't have anything over level 90. You can't go.
Oh, what?
Xeno doesn't have anything over level 90. You can't go.
Oh.
He doesn't have anything at 90.
I said Velcro to Troya.
Probably doesn't know what that is.
Yeah.
His highest is the Samurai and his Reaper.
Sorry, I'm too weak. Never mind, he figured it out.
Be here for you when you get here. I mean, he's got a lot of classes at 75. Like, he's got a few classes at 75, so.
Yeah,
Should be able to
I think a little bit of his issue is he's playing too many classes instead of pumping through MSQ.
No, he's working through MSQ right now. I think he's just switching. Well, he might be switching too often. I don't know.
That's what I'm getting at, is he's bouncing around instead of just doing MSQ.
You're gonna have to fight. It's a samurai.
God damn it.
They have theogenic stuff.
It doesn't matter. If people want it for glams, they'll take it.
Yeah. You'll have to fight them for it.
I mean, that's why I'm going for it. It's for glams. That's the only reason why I need that chest piece is glams. And then I have to go back to the other places that we've already done to try to get the pieces from there so I can piece this thing together. And then I just gotta buy the Moogle hood. Failed Court of Troya. Love this place. Love this place.
It's so good.
This is a really good dungeon. Like, it's really well put together, mechanics, everything. Really, really well done. I love this place. You and me probably did this well over 100 times. Like, well over 100 times. This place is a phenomenal dungeon. It hits really hard, though. So if you are not ready for it, do not big deal. Like, but if you got a healer, if you got a good healer and a tank that knows what they're doing and knows how to use their mitts properly and all that kind of stuff, you'll be alright. Like, see, look at that. Fucking put down the bubble already. Fucking see that. I know, me too. It's the downside of having that samurai here if we don't have a pose on. Part of me keeps thinking maybe I should have done bard. Because I didn't really like the bard class either. I was like, I gotta use classes that we each gotta use a class we don't really like to use. So that's what made you be tank. And I was like, I can't stand monk. I was like, I can't stand monk. Or dragoon, or bard. I was like, well, which one do I hate the most? Probably monk. So that's why I'm monk. I can't see you. All I see is void set and a door. They found me!
They found me!
Back and run, they found me! Beatrice, tell them apart if you must. The drifting ether was fun. Circle around you, it's alright. Circle like them. Yeah, it does.
That's
This is awesome.
not even a boss. It's just waves of that.
Most of them damage. Anywhere but the middle. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do.
That's all you know.
You probably should tell me now. I'd help you there. Samurai, what are you doing? I mean, GG's, but I'm not even the healer and I panic. Oh, absolutely. They hit so hard, but they're not very fast. But they hit like a sack of potatoes. Like just like the black mages. Black mages don't really hit very fast, but they hit really freaking hard. Right. But the Pigment seems like it's got a lot of weaving too. If they have a lot of weaving, that means they're gonna have a lot of. It doesn't have a lot of utility. So it's got a lot of utility. If it has weaving, that means it's basically gonna be a red mage on steroids. Sure, okay. Yeah, he's a good one. He's like, I'm yeah. He's like, fuck it, I'm fine.
Yeah, really.
The ring defender. We don't get gear automatic at the end of it, do we? No, because it's a 90 dungeon. Well, because I was gonna say if a slaying thing hits, I'm just gonna start pulling because I don't want it to give me something I already have. Right, it'll give it to me auto if that's one of the only things I have left. But I was like, no, it's a 90 dungeon. 90 dungeons don't do that. Like for when it's current content, sure, I get it. Or like when another patch comes out, we're like, okay, that dungeon's being left in the dust. We're gonna go ahead and just give you 90 here. You know? We should do that. I mean, they do that with raids. They're like, oh, you're not limited to this pull. How that? Oh. I just wasted my riddle of earth though. I just wasted my riddle of earth. Everybody gets damage left. Oh, the next boss fight? Yeah.
I was like,
gloves of striking. I'm gonna need for those just cause. They're fingerless gloves of striking. I like fingerless gloves. And they're Troy. I rolled a need, but only a need of like 30. So 31 needs leave him alone. He's trying to relax. He doesn't want you coming over and fighting.
Get out of here.
This part, Hello, Beatrice. Hello, Clarice.
That guy did not shoot. That guy took damage.
That guy got screwed. Prepping damage.
Ah.
I gave her a thing. Damage up down. We are melting her. I just realized her health. Holy piss. Like, no, I know,
I
but
was like, yeah, of course
here
you know,
isn't
but then I was
always.
like, wait a minute, I'm not even like.
Here isn't always the thing though. Like sometimes it's just a matter of yeah. That's how you let your fucking hair up.
Painless gloves of scouting. I'm sprinting, which is not a good idea.
Yay! Got the gloves of striking.
For after we got through.
I know we should have, but this is like a really long like traversal area, so I might as well just sprint for it.
Yeah,
It
but
would have
like,
been perfect
I
for
should've
Peloton,
saved
but we
one.
got a damn samurai instead. Oh, for this goal? Ah, yeah.
Yeah, see, now I
Wait for everybody to catch up. You're by yourself.
I am the tank and the healer.
I mean, fact.
Don't get it. I literally played dungeons lately as my tank. Like surprising number of times. Like I don't care. I'm fucking part by myself.
Troyan had a casting drop. I keep panicking. Some fucking stop. Oh god. That one had to stop.
The hat of casting. It took me forever to get that fucking hat.
Of healing? Yeah.
No, casting.
Oh, the casting one?
Yeah, the casting one.
I have a feeling that,
They made me because I was
right. I have a very strong feeling that,
honestly,
another chest.
yeah, one up here, but it's always jewelry.
Always damn.
Always jewelry.
Nope, pants. Of striking.
So the gate did open again and delivered the most mouth-watering morsels.
I guess you get pants.
Chest piece. Damn. Beatrice is dead, huh?
I am Scarmilione, Archfiend of Earth and first of Golbez's Circle of Four. Such pleasure I will take in delivering you unto your graves.
Roll for the pants just cause, but I rolled a 14. Ready when you are, right?
That is mine!
This fight I
thief of your death.
I made it in time. That makes sure there's a wall behind. He's still right next to me. Oh, I guess he was already off.
My blade thirsts for blood.
Oh yeah. Everybody gets the damage buff. Have at it.
Protect me, my minion.
Bring him to the healer? Okay. I am Bring it, bitch.
I give you a taste of true despair.
Yeah, but I mean, it's here, healer.
Stubborn mortal. Come, fill your lungs.
In the ass crack. I still got the ring last.
I will not be defeated by you.
Going for gold. Hurry up and end. Hurry up and end. Okay. She was pointing right. I was like, oh no.
Aiming cloak.
Fuck. And I automatically get it, of course. It's fine. Everybody left.
Did everybody leave already?
I think so. It gave me something. I heard the da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, the pants are striking that I rolled
I was
for.
gonna say the pants you probably rolled for it. Yeah, I don't know.
Just you left. I got the orchestration wrong. Fucking. I don't know why I kept looking at it. Anyway. I got a commendation! Fuck it all!
Really?
I think Shiro left right before he rolled, or before he calmed, so he only had a choice but me.
This Scarmaleone,
Now the person just
he
wants to
knew
test
the
her out.
gate had opened.
Yes, Estinian, he knew the gate had opened.
And not for the first time. He and his brethren must keep watch over the portal.
As we do ours, but to unflinchingly consume our fellow voidsent.
Stop it.
Like men,
Stop it.
I was gonna say, if
perhaps
we're
they
running
form
Troy, I can't
factions
switch
and
it
fight
to
amongst
Frenzy.
themselves.
No, no, not right now. I want to try to get to Storm's Crown. After Storm's Crown, we can run Troya. Again, I'd want to
The
get there,
question
do
is,
the trial.
what will the
and then
minions
move
do?
on. And then we can backtrack after that, because tomorrow when I get home, I can power through all the way up to Lapis. For MSQ. Tons of voids coming at us.
Your mistress is no more, and the one who consumed her we slew in turn. Do you still mean to try us?
Fair enough, Estonia. Fair enough.
I expect some Voidsent are more intelligent than others. Perhaps these ones simply do not understand our words.
Even beasts ought to understand strength.
She's like, I don't know, man.
There is much we do not know about Voidsent. If we are to survive their world, it would be wise to learn their ways.
Let's proceed with cautions and pick up what we can.
Sage advice, my friend. 'Tis reassuring to have one so experienced with us. I am here, sister. Finally here. And I will find you. I swear it.
Buried memory. One, two, three, four, 5 quests, so hopefully it doesn't take too long. This castle should serve as a base of operations for now, ere we set our sights elsewhere. Let's see what there is to learn here. From this point onward, you will not encounter Aetherites for a while. Should you leave the Troyan castle, you may return here via Weaver's warding. Additionally, you can now do the teleporting quest.
You can also mount that out here.
Yeah, that's true. The warning skill exhibits no change. It should be safe to remain here and begin our search. But whither now? I would sense as Dia were she remotely near, but there is nothing. Might you not call to her, let her know that you have come. Alas, this vessel is not capable of calling across vast distances. For that I require my true form. And even were it possible, a dragon's call is born of ether. Tis liable to draw more void sense to us. I see. In any case, there's little exploration to be done while we are confined to this isolated isle. I propose we begin by learning what we can from the castle's occupants. An understanding of their ways may prove useful to our cause. Very well. Let's hope a few of them are capable of speech. Let all remain vigilant while we go about our inquiries. We reconvene afterwards. Creature snarls and glares at you. It's unlikely you will learn anything from it. What enticing aether you have. Give me some, give me some. Negative. If only I were stronger, I'd be able to eat you. Fine, fine. I'll find someone else to eat. Grumble, grumble. While able to communicate, this one seems to think only of feeding. Better to take your inquiries elsewhere. The mistress's eyes are beauteous, sublime, to bask in their gaze is bliss, but now she's gone, never again will I feel her gaze. No, mistress, no orders. What am I to do now? What am I to do now? The creature mutters endlessly to itself, not sparing you so much as a glance. I serve, I obey. Please don't eat me. I take it an instance popped up. So, and I'm back. I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but it's just being stupid. I have nothing to share. While those I approached had no will to fight, neither were they capable of holding conversation worth the name. My experience was much the same. Lower rung voids tend to have lower intelligence, it would seem. A pity Scarmilione is dead. He was talkative, at least. What of you? Somebody said there's a clever one in the dungeon. A clever voidsent in the dungeon. That would be the area in which we emerged. Indeed. Let's take ourselves back there and find this voidsent, preferably before its fellows make a meal of it. What'd you say? To the dungeon, then. It's a shame we can't just, like, teleport there. But actually, we can walk the whole time. Well, I mean, we can mount, but still.
Well, if you could just hit return and then take you back to the beginning of the dungeon.
Like Hakuke?
Yeah. Although you don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, and I've noticed that the last time I went in there with PK when I was doing the New Game Plus stuff for him, I had to go into Hakuke and I was like, oh, look at that.
The worst part is like people take it and still forget the bloody parchment.
Right.
So then
Then we have to walk all the way back. We did that too. We actually did do that. It was fun.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey. Dark Robe Voice.
You are the friend.
The friend. The voidsent that was linked to Xenos. The voidsent bound to Xenos.
I see it now. The bottomless darkness. The insatiable hunger. The aura was present when we faced him in Garlemald.
How did it come to be here?
When Xenos died, its connection to the source was severed. It was forced to return to the void.
that was his name. And you are the friend, are you not?
Crystal.
Is that Heidelin's crystal?
It's dissipating the darkness surrounding it. And turned it into a chick. In high heels, no less.
People said they would kill to have Zero's outfit.
Oh, facts. Especially on a Reaper. Are you kidding me?
But how?
Dark
The light just now. Of course. And thus I am returned.
What do you mean, returned? Who are you?
I was once bound to the man named Xenos. His avatar, until you killed him.
Avatar, as in the Void-sent servants of Reapers. In the name of his hunt, Xenos took up that traditional Garlean art. And through it, he forged a covenant with a being of the Void to lend him strength.
Covenant? A curse, more like. He stole my power. There was no equity in the arrangement. My very essence was altered, twisted into a tool to serve his desires.
Your previous appearance. This is your true form, then.
Perhaps, perhaps not. What does it matter?
Indeed, it doesn't.
To fight?
Regardless of your form, you are a void sent by nature. So answer me this. Are you our enemy too?
In this world, only a fool would attempt to devour a stronger being. And though it was as an avatar, I lost to you once, I have no desire to lose again.
Good enough for me.
Fair enough.
Now, you will answer me a question. Xenos called you friend. That's what you are? A friend?
Strictly speaking, I'm pt52.
So, you're not a friend. Then... what is it? What is a friend?
They're both just like, I don't know. Something's hissing at me from the dark.
It's me.
Hello. As much as one might expect the unexpected, I doubt any of us could have foreseen this turn of events. She seems different from the other Void Sent, at least those we've met, and the change we witnessed I suspect is due to your crystal purging the excess darkness in her. Even so, she still harbors a great deal of darkness. I'm very keen to hear what she can tell us about herself and her world. Friend Daniel has been added to the Unending Codex. And Xenos, and the Ascians. So I doubt you came to the dungeon by pure chance. What is it that you're after? We were looking for a voidsent with whom we could converse, in the course of which we learned of you. We are visitors to your world and know little and less of its workings and ways. We would be grateful if you could tell us about it, about yourself. So it's information you seek. What do you offer for it? I beg your pardon? Voidsent do not give unless we stand to gain. If you desire something, you pay the price. That is the sole rule of this world we call the Void. That makes sense. Pray forgive our indolence. But what would be acceptable as payment? I suspect that such coin as we carry has no value here. Voidsent crave one thing alone, ether. In return for information, I offer you mine. Just not all of it, mind you. I still have need of my life. Very well. I would tell you no more than you can afford to pay. Then we have a bargain. If we're to talk about the Void, let us do so outside. Come with me. Man, I'm gonna run all the way over there again. You just freaking poured me. You ported me all the way to Rauger's Reach, but you can't port me out the damn to the outside. I gotta run it.
You're not leaving,
Where everything you need? One, two, three, 4 quests. How long did that instance
This
take
is
you?
where I belong. My home. This endless darkness you call the Void. There was once light here,
7 or
and it
so.
shone its warmth upon creation. The lands were green and the seas were
There are
blue.
several cutscenes attached to it.
Right. I'm in a cutscene now, as a matter of fact.
Before the war, the Contra Memoria.
It must have been a terrible war indeed.
It shattered the balance, causing darkness to engulf the world. All life was transformed into monstrosities, void-sent. We are the natural order now.
As light begat sin-eaters, darkness begat void-sent.
The sun was driven from the sky as fleeting day yielded to endless night. In time, even land and sea lost their distinction, and though the spark of reason had died in us, driven by memory's shadow, we formed factions and carved out domains. This castle, for instance, its erstwhile lord must have abided in such a place once upon a time.
If I may, the darkness in you is too much for any man to harbor. To my eyes, you are indeed a void-sent, yet your knowledge of the past and your demeanor mark you apart from your brethren. You are different. That much is plain. But in what way, I am unsure.
As you say, I am void-sent, but only in part. The darkness touched my mother when the war had only just begun, when I was still in the womb. As a child, I looked like any other, but darkness coursed through me, and I ceased to age when I'd become a woman grown. But that was then. And now, I may as well be one in full. I prey on the weak and serve the strong. I live to survive. Nothing more.
Forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to pry. I realize, too, that I have neglected to ask your name.
As we say mortal, you may call me void-sent.
That is liable to cause confusion. If you are not averse, we would address you by your true name.
And call me what you will. I care not.
How about 0.
Meaning nothing. A name as fitting as any.
No, not nothing, but rather a beginning. For it remains to be seen what you will become to us.
As I said, I care not. 0 then.
Here's to a fruitful partnership.
Partnership? Are you saying you wish to strike a bargain?
Of sorts.
Well, Zero, while there is no end to the questions we could ask, it is only fair that we tell you our purpose in coming here. We are searching for a dragon. One who came to your world long ago.
A dragon?
Yes. Ashdaya is her name, and she is my sister. If you have any knowledge of her, I beg you share it with us. Did you say something?
No?
I thought I heard a voice as well. The keening of void scent, perhaps.
I must say, we are rather exposed here. Perhaps we should continue this conversation within the castle. The throne room is defensible given its few points of ingress. Let's head there. Let's head back there. Moving wasn't part of the bargain. I'll comply, but I expect my payment promptly. You shall have it, and you shall have it as soon as we arrive.
Well, I unlocked the Storm's Crown. But I don't know.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to it in time.
Yeah, I'm looking at the time and I'm like, I still got a shower.
Yeah, I gotta be up at 4.
Samesies. It's not your time, my time.
Unfortunately, the goal will not be achieved today, but that's okay.
Yeah, if you keep pushing, you may get close, but...
No, I think I'm probably gonna be done right after this mission finishes. Because I don't know when the what's it called, it's supposed to start, the instance. And the downside is that
it's a little bit in. You're gonna go talk to them, come back, go back, and then you're gonna go, and you might actually be heading to that little instant now.
yeah, I am, that's right.
If it's in the throne room,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, it's there then. Yeah. It's several cutscenes. They literally say it's several cutscenes and a fight.
Yeah,
So go back out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it right now.
So,
Alright guys, well, we will continue this on the morrow. Unfortunately, we didn't get quite as far as I was hoping. Internet going down and stuff like that did not help, obviously. It slowed things down a little bit. But we still got some progress. That being said, what's the... Yeah, we did do 2, that's right. Where everything begins. It's the quest that I'm on now. So... 9 plus 9 is 18, plus 7 is 25, plus 3 is 28. Turning this on, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 35 quests left in Endwalker. So, we started with 47, we're down to 35. So we are making it happen, fam. We got this. But anyway, thank you all for coming and stopping by and pushing through and helping us with by being here and putting up with all the bullshit that happens on this stream, internet or otherwise. I'm not sure when it's gonna come, but as you can see, I'm wearing the 14 hat. I was finally able to order the jersey, and it was a pre-order, so it'll get here when they decide to release them. But I'm hoping that by Dawn Trail the jersey will be in, so I can really do it for Dawn Trail. If not, you'll just see the hat. I also have the towel. I might wear the towel. It's like a hand, not like a hand towel, but like one of those towels that you can just like put around your neck or whatever. For 14, like a sports towel type thing. I might have that on too. Although at this angle of my camera, so if you can't really tell, you can see the white that's there. But still, nevertheless, that's the general attire plan for when Dawn Trail launches. But once again, thank you all for swinging on by. I will be trying to go live tomorrow after work to try to catch up to the Storm's Crown, and then after that point, it just depends time frame wise what we have going on. I may even take a nap when I first get home because I have work that night, like at 11:30, so I'm not gonna get a whole lot of rest. So I might nap and then hop on. We'll see what happens. So we'll just see how the day goes. But thank you all so much for coming by. Good sir, as always. I know pushing through MSQ is not your favorite thing to do, but I appreciate you sticking along. We're almost there. We're almost done.
It's not bad now.
It's not bad. Well, yeah, because we're in the good spots.
We're in Troy. Yeah, Lapis isn't my favorite, but I can't stand forever and always eternally love Troy.
Oh, Troy.
And then I mean, Aether Fountain's coming up.
Aether Fountain's pretty good.
Lunar Subterrane isn't bad.
Lunar Subterrane's alright. That's the last one, isn't it? Yep. Lunar Subterrane is the final dungeon. Yeah, Lunar Subterrane and Aether Fountain are the final two dungeons. Pretty much from where we're at now, just to kind of give everybody a idea of where we're at. So we are in 6.2. For every patch, including 6.2, there is a dungeon and a trial until 6.55. 6.55 is just 3 quests. It's the final 3 quests. It's just some story leading into Dawn Trail to kind of give us the groundwork for Dawn Trail. We meet some people and stuff that we need to meet for that, all that kind of stuff, and it builds the foundation of why we're going to Turiala, I don't know how to say it. The place we go to for Dawn Trail, essentially. That's what it's building to. Yeah, so the last 3 quests really aren't a big deal. It's everything prior to that kind of matters right now. So we just did Felt Court. So like I said, we have 35 quests? So 35 quests left of Endwalker, guys. That's including those final 3 quests. So 35. Started with 47 today, and we're down to 35. So we took 12 off the bar, which was more than I expected. I would have gotten a lot more, but work got involved, and I missed like 2 hours worth of gameplay. And then the internet keeps dropping and things like that, so I missed more gameplay. But it's one of those things. I might have to, after I get off of here in a minute, I might have to just unplug it and plug it back in, maybe just give it a good refresh. And hopefully tomorrow it won't be a big deal. Tomorrow, definitely going to get to Storm's Crown for sure. Do my best to push through to Lapis, but that's a lot for tomorrow. Like, we're on where everything begins, so including the mission, we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 quests to get to Lapis, and then you have to do Lapis, obviously. So, that being said, like I said, I need to take a nap at some point tomorrow, so it just depends on how all that goes. But thank you all for joining. I really appreciate every one of you, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.